in Texas, look behind you, 'cause that's where the Rangers gonna be.
Got a couple of quick possessions in a row, so the message has obviously got through to the players. They really need to take it on and overlap run more than they did in the first quarter.
Douglas, quick kick, it worked. Jenkins got on the end of it. Just got to go. Texas back there, and here it comes. Texas got a one out here. A real good one out. And the big body can just be used when he gets that sort of opportunity. I love that. Josh Jenkins wheeled around. He didn't hesitate. You hesitate for a split second there, and the moment's gone. Someone gets back and helps out Scotty Thompson. Used his body well. Great camera work. All of these shots. Just that little deft touch. Bang. Perfect use of the body. Use the elbow, BT.
There was a time in the game where that was getting paid a free kick, and it's absolutely wrong. That is just smart use.
I remember Richo spitting it one day when something similar happened, but Walker has come along and kicked his first goal of the night. Propping up the crowd figures around Australia, and you could say Sydney as well, Dars, but really has been Adelaide with sold out game after game after game. And I think as a result, and my arithmetic tells me this year that crowds are going to be slightly up on last year, given the fact that round 13 is the first round where we can compare apples with apples, that is game against game.
That's a good news story for the AFL, BT, if your numbers are right, because there's been a concern about the Melbourne crowds, but over here in Adelaide it's just been one of the great footy stories.
I'm hoping they are right, Darce. I spent a couple of hours sort of just shoring them up, and I wasn't a great math student as Tex came in and kicked another one here for Adelaide, and they lead it by 50.
Yeah, loving Tex Walker's night tonight, Richo. I just think it's a great sign. He kicked a bag of 5 against the Gold Coast, but I've loved his energy. He's been up and about. We've spoken about him getting on the sledge a little bit tonight. He's been great in the one-on-ones against a very good player. He's starting to get back to the player that was one of the best forwards in the competition.
No spares behind the ball again, so this is going to be an open game. It's going to be on this quarter.
The same matchups, Goddard and Dangerfield, and Kerridge and Heppel in the middle.
9 goals kicked collectively in the first quarter. Fast-moving, entertaining footy. Yep, a free kick going right way.
No cover now for the Essendon defenders. He's got to go quickly.
That hesitation kills you, because that's all you need. The Essendon team.
Here's Riley. He's a shooter of the footy. Comes out of a rifle when he lets it rip, and Tex is happy. See how Riley didn't hesitate though, and it just makes it so much harder to defend when you just wheel and go straight away, and that's what Tex would have been after.
That's what this bloke is so difficult to play on, because like all good forwards, he pushes so hard at the man with the ball all the time.
And you can see him. He knows the guys that he can lead with absolute confidence too, and Riley was one of those. Walker from beyond the arc. He just does that with absolute ease. That is a Tex special.
It's a beautiful kicking action. Big Tex Walker. He leans back, but he gets so much power through the ball, and he's a long-range goal kicker.
Now Essendon,
this is better.
Trying to protect that dangerous part of the ground.
See Dempsey in the hole there as well. So they've got a couple of looses back. Sloan off the back, but he gets over the top of all those Bomber players, and Hooker did really well. Unlucky not to get a free kick, Hooker. Hurley was good, but it's going to come back here. Right to Jacobs. Beautiful kick from Jacobs. And now Adelaide with another opportunity.
Tex.
Walker. 40 seconds remain, and Adelaide always dangerous at the end of quarters. And a 50-metre penalty. This means Tex will be directly in front.
It was a great kick into Walker. That was a deliberate kick.
Doesn't need to be there. What is that?
Walker for his second, and that is now a 15-point margin with 26 seconds left on the clock in the third.
And Hooker, the 50-metre penalty, the penalty was against Hooker. I think he's going back to that mark that he believes that he took right there, or should have been a free kick. I mean, that's over the shoulder. It's either a mark or a free kick.
He has a right to be annoyed.
But you do. But at some point, you've got to say, OK, well, when's the right time to address it with the umpire? Yeah. Not that that was probably going to affect that bit of play. But here's the 50. So Hooker goes to the umpire there, gets in his face, and the umpire says, OK, I've got an answer for that. I'm just going to take you back another couple of metres.
It's in the AFL competition, and right now he's looking hot.
Well, I reckon it was put on Eddie at half-time from Sanderson.
There's Impey on cue, little fumble away. A few stalemates. Foundation being set for what might be an epic final term. Dangerfield couldn't quite.
But they're winning the ball inside. Port Adelaide doing well to drag it back, but inside it's the Crows.
Adelaide, top of the square, feeds it off. Tex! Did he get a toe?
No. In fact, it was only just a toenail. He went to have another swipe, but I think he understood that he'd done enough. Might have been a boot lace.
It works out of this stoppage here. Jared, you just see Dangerfield. He just walks out of the stoppage. You see him the right of screen, set play, thinking that he's not going to have any influence in it, but he knows exactly the influence that he's going to have in that stoppage. Look, nothing comes from it effectively until this point here from Jenkins, but without Danger in that spot, this does not work out.
Never has something so ugly looked so pretty for Crow fans. Sam Gray turns around. It's in his direction. He's going to have to go. Does go. Dangerfield. Right spot, right time. Jacobs. Thompson. They got the answers right now, Adelaide. Adelaide on his own. Sloan running for him. Pods looks up. Still got Sloan.
Oh, the decision.
Goes to right, just beyond his range. Minutes off the clock, they believe right now, almost important as scores. Take some time. Squeezes it to Walker.
It's a great kick. It was a great lead. And Tex has got a chance to score one at the Tex Walker end, as they've christened it.
He goes back and he knows. Might not have had a giant day at the office, but this is his moment.
Speaking of moments in this last quarter, Matty Wright's had a few very important moments for the Adelaide Crows.
Everyone in Adelaide has stopped for this one. Everyone in South Australia. This is the centre of the universe right now. And he's the king of the centre of the universe.
Don't love that sound, Jared.
Jeez, it sounded good off the boot, and then the roar. The 19th man enjoyed that.
They don't love anyone more than they love Tex.
No, that's right. And it was held up here by Podsiadly. Had Sloan running and breaking for him. An easy chip over the top was on, but decided to hold it up. And in the end, it was Matty Wright who received the ball. And he pulls the trigger. Great kick going forward.
I reckon you could get 10 professors of football to write 10 different theories on whether or not it was the right decision by Pods to hold that ball or not. And in the finish, it was.
Jacobs from behind. Duray improvising. Right. Douglas close to the boundary line, pulls it back. High ball. Burgoyne's in front. Good mark. Tex Walker, and that's the area they can really put pressure on the Hawks. The tall guys inside the forward 50. Saw Sam Mitchell.
Got a blow to the throat. Yeah.
in that tackle. So probably high tackle, I guess, but the umpire ended up going overriding that one and holding the ball.
Biggest danger to Walker taking that mark was Podsy Adelaide.
15 seconds.
He's been good since coming back. Power forward. They need him now. And he delivers. Much needed goal. Margin is 15.
I reckon he's trying to be pricked with the Gunston a bit too. He's actually a beautiful kick walker, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I think has been happening, whenever the ball is entering Adelaide's forward line and slot, the defenders, their forwards are behind. They're wanting their teammates to get long over the top of the Hawthorn defender who is taking the front position. And sometimes you've got to lead into space and give the upfield teammate an easy target to kick to the movement.
When you're a big star forward, Lee, and you take a pack mark like that in front of goal, it makes all the other players around you walk taller, and all of a sudden you say to yourself you're in this game. So a really important mark by Tex Walker.
He was the best guy we'd seen.
Yep, for sure. No doubt about that.
Yeah, wasn't even close, but Amira did get the rising star. So they're going for broke now, Adelaide. Spanger over the top. Litherland gives a hand pass. Showenmakers to choose between two. And suddenly Adelaide are on their knees. They're there for the taking. Dangerfield, Smith. Well, Otten wasn't looking. Shields steals it. Here's a chance for a goal. Well, Ross heard a voice. Why not go to Mitchell? 4 times best and fairest. 4 times in the top 3, apart from those 4 best and fairests. Kicks to a congestion. Sloan did well, stood up in a tackle. Brown, Porplesia. Now Smith, we've loved his game. Goes forward, Betts very quiet tonight. Litherland is quick for a man that size. Actually, Betts went and found his own hand pass. Sloan, twisting, turning, gets away, punches it inside the 50.
Wanting a contested mark, Walker takes it.
Got caught on the Burgoyne matchup, so he didn't have the key position defender to spot. But he just hasn't seemed like he's been judging the ball terribly well. Walker, that was exactly what we've expected of him. He got to the front position, took the chest mark, but mostly he just really hasn't been seeing the ball off the boot and getting in the right spot.
Well, it seems too big a lead even with those minutes left on the clock, but this would keep Adelaide's chances slightly alive. Here's a beautiful kick, so he's kicked 2, Walker.
Adelaide then kicked 4 goals in a row to steal the momentum. Pendlebury and Douglas again. Adams, Broomhead. White. Not quite the second grab and no free. Brown just got a handball away in time.
And then the marks Jesse White's got to take. It was another good kick from Broomhead.
We have talked about it a bit. Jared talking about it with Jenkins, and same goes for White. Here's Walker. Not quite the second grab. Jenkins couldn't pluck it and run. Walker. Play on tried to get a kick away. Oh, Beams had an enormous amount of time. Gone.
Good pressure again from Eddie Betts. But Jack Frost is growing as a defender. His use of the body is quite superb.
That's a
Walker.
That is a classy kick off the left foot from Eddie Betts. I was just about to say one thing Taylor Walker struggled with is the pace of Jack Frost. Yep. It's made him almost less enthusiastic about the long leads because he knows he's not going to get a break. But the short lateral lead, when you get a kick like that from Eddie Betts, is very hard to stop.
And I think it's worth having another look at that, Jason, because this is, I think, a serious key for the Crows' forward hopes going into a finals potentially. He continues to lead up forward. If he's against a quick opponent, I think he needs to address what you were just talking about.
Collingwood fans believe he's used up the full 30. He did adjust the boot, had that problem. He hasn't kicked a goal so far today. Has now.
Great start by the Crows, and the lateral lead once again, Jason. I think Tex needs to add that to his armoury. He'll go back, he'll listen to your commentary, and I think it was really good coaching for him. But this is where it starts. There was a handball, the ball was out there. He elected not to give it, and Eddie just nabbed him nicely. Once again, the issue of prior opportunity. It's delicate.
Kaffer rewarded. He played on. Betts comes at him. Back to Frost. And he's got Blair wide. Meticulous build up here. Cloaks leading to the pocket. Won't get there. Yench. Amazing hands. That was a tough dart.
I don't know that kick helps them though.
Henderson. Dangerous. McKay stands under it. Seedsman goes up. Crunch. Reed. Caught. Just couldn't find a teammate. Laird. Smith. Fortune favours the brave. This is the moment. He's got Walker over the top. He can go. He can hold. He goes. Collingwood need 3 goals to win it.
I just reckon Tyson Goldsack had to stay with Taylor Walker. They had to make the player running with the footy run to 50 and have the shot because there was support coming that would have forced him to have the long shot. And I just reckon he was caught in between. Do I go, do I stay? Probably would have been better off staying. Once this was released, you thought, real trouble here.
Yeah, it was a really interesting kick, the long bomb up the middle of the ground. On replay, I wouldn't go with it. But they have gutsed it out, taken on perhaps some interesting kicks up the middle of the ground all day today, the Crows, and on that occasion they got away with one.
Gives the ball back to Adelaide.
Well, every chance they get, they'll just possess the ball, the Crows, chip it around. They can run 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there. They don't just have to do it for the last minute and a half or 2 minutes.
Yench long. Lynch from 4 deep. Seedsman can kick a bomb.
Oh, how far? How far?
Caught now. That's ball under any definition you've got.
Well, look, you can't blame Seedsman. He's trying to take the game on. He's trying to make something happen.
What about the work of Talia and these genuine one-on-ones in this last quarter? The crowd are roaring every time he grabs a jumper. The pressure on him has been enormous, and he stood up one-on-one.
He's been brilliant, Kingy. I reckon he has got away with a bit, but he has been a star. Well, they're out again.
Griggs had an influence in coming on. Douglas feeds it over the top. Just that unkindly for McKay. Goes back. Head on the line to Jacobs. To Douglas. Bangs the barrel. Walker! Big Tex! For the sealer.
He's had a big influence in this term.
You know what he done? His bulk has stood up. He's held his position and made some really good contests in the 4th quarter, Jared.
It's been a great battle. There's been a number of one-on-ones that have been enthralling. This has been as good as any.
He was the one watching the footy. It's got the purple boots.
He's the hero. I doubt Crow fans could love him anymore.
3 goals in the second half to Taylor Walker. Jared, you made mention he's been critical in this 4th term when they've needed it. He didn't look to be moving as well as we've seen him reconstructed knee, but his bulk and his strength has held up when it's needed, and he just tracks the footy early. Frost loses it. And it's a good contested mark and a great finish.
You can see there Frost body him up, but he went early and lost the ball.
Texas, look behind you, 'cause that's where the Rangers gonna be.